Welcome to another SEO lesson. Today I want to cover the topic of article marketing and how it applies to search engine optimization. Now, article marketing is probably one of the most popular methods for building one-way links to a site. So popular, in fact, that some marketers actually exclusively use it to build their links. Now, I think using it exclusively is silly, but article marketing is definitely a method you're going to want to use to build links. Now, writing articles isn't hard. You simply pick a topic, write 400 to 700 words about it, and then you submit it to article directories that you want your article to be seen in. Now, when the directories publish your article, they give you a link back to your site, which is good. However, the real power of this method comes from the fact that when a website owner sees your article and decides they want to reprint it on their website, they can do so. All they have to do is also provide a link back to your website. So instead of writing just one article to get one link, you're writing one article to get dozens and sometimes actually hundreds of links if you write a popular article. Now, writing articles not only results in links to your site, but the links do help, improve your search engine rankings. But, this can also result in a lot of traffic to your site. I've actually had sites where 1/3 of the visitors coming in were coming from people clicking on links from those articles. But the important thing to remember here is that quality matters. I know. I keep bringing up this quality thing all the time. But for some reason, people tend to, forget that, quality is important. They just want to do it on a massive scale and not care about quality. So I figure if I keep bringing it up, people are going to remember. Alright. If someone reads your article and it's well written, they're far more likely to visit your site and spend money on your site than if you just threw something up that was full of errors and clearly took you all 5 minutes to write. Alright, so that's my obligatory mention of quality again, and let me just move on, to the most common question I hear about writing articles, and that's coming up with the ideas. What do I write? Alright, sure. Writing 2 or 3 articles on a topic is usually a piece of cake. However, when you're, writing new articles every week, you might struggle with coming up with new ideas all the time. Fortunately, there's a few simple tricks that you can use to come up with new material. First, just go ahead, get out a notebook and pen, and just start brainstorming. Write down any idea that pops into your head, and you can usually come up with a pretty good list, and anytime you need some new articles, you already got a list there. If you don't have any new ideas, well, you just look at that list and write one of those articles. But what happens when you run out of those articles, or you didn't come up with enough from your brainstorming? Well, fortunately, we're not done yet. In fact, we're not done yet by a long shot. Just go ahead, start reading posts on other people's blogs on the topic that you want to write your articles about. Usually you can find a whole bunch more ideas this way for more topics. Now, don't just blatantly copy them, but feel free to use them as your inspiration. You can put your own little spin or twist on it. And if you need help finding blogs, we'll just use Google blog search, Technorati, or Ice Rocket, and you'll have more blogs than you probably care to read at your disposal. Now, another way you can find ideas, just do a news search in your favorite search engine and just see what comes up. And just write about what happens to be the popular news, or write your opinions about the news in your industry. You can also hop on message boards or forums and look for questions on topics that you think you could easily answer with an article. Then go ahead, write it down, write the article, and you can even come back and post that article as the answer to the question, and then take that article and submit it to the directories. And once you're done with all this idea stuff, you've probably got more ideas than you're going to know what to do with. Alright, now let's talk about the actual writing of the article. My best advice to you here, just focus on writing the best darn article that you can. Don't worry about anything like keyword density. You also don't need to get too uptight about being grammatically perfect. Just as long as the article flows and makes sense and most of the spelling errors are out of it, you'll be just fine. Alright, now that you got that writing part done, well, now we got to know where to submit the articles. Now, I'll tell you what I do. Feel free to experiment with this and see what works well for you, but this is what my experience has said works best. I submit my articles only to 2 places. The first is ezinearticles.com and the other is iSnare.com. Now, iSnare is an article distribution site that submits your articles to multiple sites for $2. And that $2 will get you several hundred article groups as well as a few dozen other article directory sites. So you get a whole lot of bang for your $2. And the reason I recommend using Ezine articles is because iSnare doesn't submit their articles to them. And since Ezine articles is the most popular article directory on the web, they can actually send you a whole lot of traffic directly just by having an article with them. So you definitely want to take the time to submit to Ezine articles. Alright, now when you're writing this about the author section in your articles, keep two things in mind. First, remember the lesson I talked about anchor text? Well, you want to be sure that you're using anchor text in your links whenever possible in your About the Author box. And don't forget, and don't always link to the home page. Find some other pages to link to on your site. Alright, well that pretty much covers this lesson on article marketing. Just remember, article marketing helps your search engine optimization efforts best if you do this on an ongoing and regular basis. Alright, and here's my obligatory plug. Remember, you can get my free link building report, which covers article marketing and a whole lot more, from ultimatetrafficblueprint.com, right on the homepage. And I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next lesson.